Next up, we have Halcyon by Creo. My understanding is that this is featured in Geometry Dash. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what is happening here, musically. So, if you like the sound of that, make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member, all that good stuff. Once again, members get early access to the content. I schedule these videos on Saturday, and if you're a paid member on YouTube, you get access to all the videos of the week each Saturday, so consider becoming a member today with all that. So, two disclaimers. Number one, this is my first time hearing this ever, so I will be pausing a lot, and I will be talking a lot, and I will be speaking a lot, because I will be explaining things as I hear them. I said what I said. And number two, this is recorded live on stream on a single take. I just stumbled upon my words. I will do it again. I just did. I will do it again. Whatever happens, happens. With that being said, let's do this. Halcyon by Creo. Let's go. Okay. We're 5 seconds in. We have a couple of elements already going. We have that initial hit of the drums, which is very emblematic in this kind of music. Then we have a drum. We have a hi-hat giving us some hits, giving us the basic metronome, so to speak, the beat, part of the beat that we're going to have. We have one synth giving us a couple of scales up and down here and there, but most importantly, the piano. We have a piano giving us our motif. Motif being the smallest version of your musical idea, the seed, the essence from which everything else comes from. And right now it's a very slow one, and it reminds me of another song, but I don't remember the name of the song, but yeah, I'm not, I brought it up, I can't substantiate it, so I'm just gonna dismiss it right here. So let's see where this goes. Very nice. And I like those sprinklings of this everything. Ooh. We bring in a drum beat and everything changes connotation, doesn't it? Just by adding the drum beat, everything just feels so immensely different. It's insane how much a drum beat. We are 22 seconds in, I'm already bringing it up. So when it comes to this, having a good drum beat and knowing how to affect it, it's just, man, it completely changed everything. If you want to see the most, I'm going to say egregious or obvious example of something like this happening, listen to the intro of The Mirror by Dream Theater. The guitar is doing the exact same thing for a minute straight in this track. In the intro. Chong, 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 chong. Over and over and over and over again in what is called an ostinato. An ostinato. Yeah. It's doing the same thing. Drums, synth, bass around it change the rhythm, and everything changes completely the connotations of everything. Exactly what has happened over here. It's absolutely insane how much can change just by changing the drum beat. And yeah, we're getting a really, really cool, very interesting drum beat that we have. It's a very unusual drum beat for an electronic piece. I mean, this is 10 years old, but still, that's 2015. So that's still very unusual for a for a beat. And Mel, yes, I think, yes, we did. Yes, we did. So let's see where this goes, because this is very interesting. Let's see where it goes. And it sounds like we're doing a flat-out repetition. Nope. We remove the piano. We add this other synth, and I really like this other type of synth, because this one is fairly common in electronic music, and it's a side-chained synth that doesn't have the drums for this. So when it comes to side chaining is when you have usually a bass drum, and whenever the bass drum hits, everything else's volume gets quickly turned down and then back up, and it gives you this sense of like pulsating like turning flashing lights on and off, and that is precisely the synth that we're getting. So it's missing the drum beat, but it's kind of sidechained. I really like this about electronic music when you have this, because it uses, and I've said this before, Creo is one of the best artists I've ever seen use silence. Silence is one of the most devastatingly powerful tools that a musician can have. And if you know how to use it, it's really good. It's a very sharp, double-edged sword. So it's very easy to screw yourself over with silence. But Creo has this very interesting level of mastery of silence. Right now, what are we doing? We're doing the sidechain without the drums. Is this normal nowadays? It kind of is. But still hearing it, the lack of the drum, the lack of the bass drum there is louder than the drum could ever possibly be. And that is such a cool thing to have. And let's just see where it goes. We bring back the piano. There you go. Okay, we clarified a little bit. And there's the kick drum. We now have the motif playing. Okay, so the piano at the end, it didn't have the motif. The motif is this higher pitched, the higher pitched synth, and the piano was giving us an elongated version of the motif. And yes, 2015 was 10 years ago. Yes. So elongation is a type of developing melodies or music where you take something, you stretch it to make it slower. The opposite of elongation is reduction. Reduction is when you take music and you compress it to make it faster. So it's kind of like stretching and compressing, that kind of thing. And I believe the piano being played there was an elongated version of the full motif, the full melody. Very, very nice. But now we are getting a development of the upper melody, the actual motif, as we are getting it. Let's see where it goes. All right, building up for... Oh! A little bit of rhythmic displacement there. We had one last playing of the motif to delay that dropping of the beat ever so slightly. And oh my god, that was good. Let me go back a couple of seconds so we can hear this again. Okay. Okay, there we go. So when it comes to dropping the beat, you usually don't need to reuse any material. But what is Creo doing? He is bringing this really cool... He's taking the concept of the sidechain and exaggerating it. He's exaggerating it a lot and using that as the beat. And then every once in a while, he's interrupting everything, just reminding us what the motif is and just doing the continuous thing. Once again, when you're making music, you want to keep a very careful balance between what is familiar, what is new. Too much familiarity, too much repetition, too much of the same thing, you risk boring the listener, they tune out. Too much new material, too quickly, you risk overwhelming the listener, they tune out. However, electronic music has a very special exception, and that is dropping the beat. When you drop the beat, you can do anything you want. As long as it sounds cool and it fits enough, you can get away with it. That is precisely what has happened here. And what is Creo doing over here? Whenever he puts a couple of moments of silence, he interrupts the music and engages in a little bit of that rhythmic displacement. He just brings the motif back one more time. He just repeats the motif, and that he uses as a connecting tissue to, even though we are using new, completely unrelated material, or mostly unrelated material, we are still getting sprinkles of that while being in the dropping of the beat, which keeps you engaged enough. Let's see where this goes. Really, really good stuff. Let's see where it goes. Yeah, this is just baseline. There you go again, right? Yep, just changing the drums around. No, the drums. Basically, we're just moving the bass line, the chords around while sidechaining. And that alone, the sidechain alone, is enough to give this a sense of pace and keep it engaging. And then we just sprinkle the motif every once in a while. And there you go. Oh, we accelerate with some triplets. Nice. We bring back that earlier motif that we had. Okay, so structurally speaking, when it comes to instrumental pieces, we have something called form. Form is the structure of your piece. In this case, we started with a short intro, you know, that piano, introducing the layers. Then we had what we're going to call section A. Section A is exactly what we're hearing right now. Then we had section B, which was dropping the beat. That whole section was that. Now we are back to section A. We are repeating this so far, 1-to-1. Let's see if we're going to get some variation on this whole thing. Let's see where this goes. Ooh. Yep, this is a variation. This is a variation. It's still the same as before. We just added that extra melody, but the rest of the structure stayed pretty much the same. So this we're gonna call a prime. Prime just means that apostrophe just means that there's a variation here, structurally speaking. Now, there are two ways this can go. One, we are gonna go back to section B, or some variation of section B, or we are going to go to section C, something different, a different contrast. That is going to determine whether or not this is a binary structure or a rondo structure. So let's see where Creo takes this. I like this. I like how this rhythm, like the rhythm here is very, like the rhythm of the melody here is extremely not belonging. Like you can see how Creo is experimenting. Like this is, I guess, I mean, it's from 10 years ago. It's going to be one of the earlier tracks that he's done. And this, he's experimenting because he's really good at adding things that don't belong into whatever it is we're doing, right? And in this case, he's bringing this melody with a rhythm from something like samba. I think the melody, the rhythm in the melody is that of a samba. So yeah, and yes, 10 years ago is 2015. Yeah, I know, it's insane. 10 years ago I was in college. 10 years ago I was in the Berkeley Internet Radio station. Berkeley Internet Radio Network, the one in Boston, by the way, Berkeley, Boston. Yeah, that was 10 years ago for me. 10 years ago is when chat hands were initially happening. Look at that. So yeah, we're having this, and you can see how Creo is actually experimenting using what doesn't belong, because the drum beat in section A as well is not a traditionally electronic music beat. It's a fairly different beat. It's like you can see that this has more Greek/Latin, like Latino aspects to it. So this is a very cool experiment. I'm gonna say this is more Greek, on the Greek side. So there you go. Naida, welcome back. How you doing? So yeah, pretty. This is really good. I like it. It's pretty good. It's a good experiment. This melody over here feels out of place, but because of this other drum beat being out of place as well, and everything else, I don't know. There's something about Creo that he manages to make this work. He manages to make these work. It's just not conventional. Creo is a very unconventional composer. That's why he gets away. That's why his stuff sounds so unique, because he has so many unconventional approaches to so many styles and sounds that he basically does what he wants, and that's it. Like, he just does what he wants, and he gets away with it. Why? Because he's been doing what he wants for a long time. A lot of people like it. Some people don't. It doesn't matter. He just keeps doing what he wants. So yeah, let's see where this goes. All right, this is the same build-up. Now we have this melody with a doubling on bass. So doubling it's not a bass, but it's a lower synth. Doubling is when you play the same thing, the same melody on multiple instruments at the same time, using those separate using the ranges, like taking full advantage of the ranges of this, and it's so good. It's a fun melody, and it reminds it's either Greek or Latino, one of the two. So let's see where it goes. still with the build-up. We're still in section A. There we go. Now we've gone to section C. Whatever this builds up to, this is section C. I might be wrong. Let's see where it goes. Yep, there we go. We are now in section C, making this structure that of a rondo. Rondo means to go around, and it's a very special type of structure, because what it means is you go from section A to section B, back to section A, whatever variation you have, section C, section A, D, and A, E, A, F, so on and so forth until you finish your music. So yeah, it kind of sounds like salsa. I would say, yeah, maybe salsa, maybe samba. It has that kind of Latino vibe to it. So it's a fun thing to see on something so non-Latino in that sense. So it's very, very cool. Let's see where it goes. And we're doing the sidechaining thing again. The acceleration with the triplets. So this could be still A. This could still be A. Might be wrong. Let's see where we're going with this. Yep. Recapitulation of the... No, this is section C. Yeah, this is section C. So let's see. This melody, dude. So now we're including this on section C. So in the section A, in the variation of section A, we were including the melody of section C as some sort of foreshadowing that, or somehow we are still in section A. Let's see where it goes, because a lot of these usually are just determined in hindsight. So let's see. See. Yeah, we have a lot more pianos than earlier. There we go. Okay, so yeah, we're not in the rondo. It was just a really, really long version of A, to the point that I'm going to say there were 2 A's. Like, this was doubly long. This is insanely long for a single A section. I'm going to say it was 2 A sections. And now we are in section B prime, I would say, because there was it sounds a little bit different. There you go. So we are in a binary. We are in a double binary. Because we are engaging, because usually you have the simple binary, which is ABA. Then you have the double binary, which I think double binary is AABA. So we went from ABA to AABA with this A here serving as the connecting point. Interesting. Interesting. Now we're back to B, that same drop. We're doing basically the same thing, just with the new stuff. Let's see where it goes. Yep, the bass line is different. Classically, that sounds awesome. Yep. So structurally, this is basically the same thing we did with B, except the sidechain is a lot more exaggerated, and we are interrupting the piece a lot more often than before. Triple collab, James, Soul Creek, and Creo. That sounds awesome. That sounds awesome. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. So yeah, let's see. Let's see where this goes. We accelerate the pace with the triplets. And off the ramp we went. I'm going to go back a second here. Off the ramp we go. So off the ramp is a colloquial term that I use. Colloquial just means, by colloquial I mean that there is no official academic term for this, or at least I'm not using it for the sake of simplicity and being able to explain this. So, going off the ramp is what I call a transition that makes your listener feel suspended up in the air at the mercy of inertia, waiting to see where you land, right? How do you do that? You remove the drums. Maybe the bass as well, which is what happened here. It can be as fast as a couple of beats. It can be as slow as an entire section, as long as you end up landing back. And that is exactly what has happened here. Let's see where this goes. Okay, so this is not the first time we've seen Creo do this. We're off to C now. This is a different, very different drop that we had before. We swapped these two. So we are in a very odd rondo. This is a very odd rondo that we're doing, because structurally speaking, if we were to swap section A with section, like section A double prime with section B prime, we would have A, B, A, B prime, then A, C. So we'll be doing a simple binary plus a rondo. We'd be doing a simple binary plus a rondo. And now we are doing a out of order rondo. Very unconventional structure. It sounds good. We have now a completely different drum beat, slower drum beat, and yeah, let's see where this goes. Slower version of B. Okay, so it's not C. It's not C. It's B double prime. We just changed the drums. At first, I keep thinking that it's something completely different, but it ends up not being. So there you go. A, B, A, B, B, which is unusual. Usually would have A, B, A prime, but there you go. Once again, we are having Creo taking an unconventional turn because it sounds cooler. Simple as. Simple as. Let's see where this goes. How are you going to end this? And we're also using slightly more elongated versions, slightly slower versions of the motifs, but we're still using that motif for that same purpose of slowing things down. So really cool stuff. Let's just see where this goes. Monster, welcome today. How you doing? Slow down, and now it's just the bass. It's just that upward going version of the bass. Motif. Oh, we changed the instrument over to being this quasi-organ, but still in the synth side. Man, this is really cool. This is really cool. Like, a lot of, like, that Latino melody didn't fit, but it was still fun. Like, this is what I really like about Creo. That he doesn't care if these things just fit or don't, as long as they sound good. And, good night, Tank. Good to see you, man. Let's see where this goes. How are you gonna end this? We build up towards... And we break it down. One last hit of the drums. We echo that side-chained synth, and we break that down too. And there you go. Man, what an interesting piece. It's really good, really good. Unconventional approaches from Creo. As usual, he becomes more subtle. He becomes more subtle over time, but there you go. Really, really good stuff. That was Halcyon by Creo. Once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician and composer, and my objective here has been to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what's happened here musically. So, if you're watching this on the YouTube video archive thing, thank you for watching. Make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member, all that good stuff. Once again, members get early access to all of the videos. I schedule these on Saturday, like the videos for the week, I schedule them on Saturday. And if you're a paid member on YouTube, you get to watch all of the videos that are scheduled for the week on Saturday, because why not? It's an incentive. So consider becoming a member today. If you want to listen to this without me interrupting every 3 seconds, I will be linking it in the description down below. If you want to request a song and you're not on the live stream, go to the Discord server, link down below. If you're on the live stream, do not request just yet. Go to the Discord server down below. Go to the LFA requests channel and follow the instructions on the pinned messages. And if you want to catch the streams live when they happen live, we aim for Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Central European time. If you want to know what time that is for you, or you don't live in Europe, we have the full up-to-date stream schedule showing in your local time zone on the Discord and the Twitch channels. So if you are in, I don't know, Connecticut, and you don't know what time that is in Hungary, just go to the Discord, go to the Twitch. They both have the stream schedule right there, just showing in your local time. And follow the gaming channel. We have a gaming channel because, of course, I have a gaming channel. I'm on YouTube. What else could I possibly have? Games Are Basterd. That's where I put the VODs, the recordings of the gaming after shows when they happen. Link down below, or just search on YouTube for Games Are Basterd. Same username as James R. Basterd. Just swap the J for a G, and you got it. And yeah, there you go. Halcyon. My understanding is this is also featured in Geometry Dash. Really good stuff, man. Really, really good stuff. But yeah, let's move on.